And we're back. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Have y'all seen this? I have thoughts. So I was minding my business scrolling Netflix as is my custom, and y'all know how Netflix likes to put the brand new stuff directly into your cornea. This popped up and I was like, yes please. So after watching it completely, I'm more inclined to believe that Jussie did not lie about what happened. However, for the first 50 minutes, I was like, this is not looking great. Not sure why you participated in this. But towards the end, they kind of dropped all the information that the general public didn't know when it all happened. And then you were like, oh, okay. I see what you did there. So I'm going to start out with the people I just flat out don't believe. Number one, the police. The police are well-documented, known liars. They'll write a whole report. The body cam footage come out and it's nothing like the report they just wrote up. So we know that they lie frequently about anything. I don't even know why y'all were so quick to believe the police. Like, when have we ever been like, oh yeah, the police, they're telling the truth? Never. But when it fits y'all's narrative, then y'all like to believe the police. I don't believe nothing they say, ever. And oh boy that they was interviewing, who was all in his feelings and indignant about people saying that they were lying, got fired for misconduct. So clearly, nobody knows how to act, and it's coming from the top. You'll be hard pressed to get me to believe anything the police got to say in general, especially not about a high profile case that they botched. Please, be serious. And when they were researching for the documentary, they asked for the footage of the two suspects running past the hotel. The police send it over with 10 seconds missing. And everybody was like, run me that footage in full, please. And they were like, no, we're good. So clearly they're hiding something. 10 whole seconds? And it's just people running past? Yeah, something is up. I don't believe them. Not a word. And last I checked, in general, we didn't believe the police, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Next on the list of folks I do not believe, those two brothers. I can tell by the way they talk, and I can tell by the way they act, that something is amiss. The way they tried to capitalize on the situation after it happened, doing all these weirdo interviews, then talking about, oh, we have a book coming out. A book? Is it a picture book? Is it going to be 3 pages? Like, what is this book going to consist of? If everything happened the way you claimed it happened, then the book would say Jussie Smollett paid us to beat him up to fake a hate crime and we did it. The end. Like, nobody wants to read your book. You can keep it. And they're super easily flippable, especially for them lying police. They raided their apartment and found guns. A lot of guns. And one of them's a felon. And they're immigrants. So there you go right there. Either you lie and say he paid us to beat him up, or you go to jail for being a felon with these guns, and when you get out, we're going to deport you. You can have it either way you'd like. Like, of course they choose to not go to jail and say, oh yeah, he paid us to beat him up. Like, it's right there. They was in the interrogation room laughing and joking. Like, what's funny? Y'all are having a great time. Probably because you just escaped jail because you agreed to lie on Jussie. That's just what it looks like. I mean, it's right there. So between the weird energy of them brothers and the lying police, come on. And then them weirdo brothers got a weirdo lawyer. I swear she got her law license off the back of a Fruit Loops box. Ma'am, what's going on here? This is very weird. All of it. You're weird. The things you're saying are weird. Your clients are weird. I'm not feeling this whole situation. Some of it's very off. I feel like if she was my attorney, I'd go to jail for a parking ticket. Like, the math is not mathing with everything going on over there. I don't trust none of y'all. Now, there were a few things that everybody was like, well, that's weird. That doesn't make sense. That's suspicious. That I was like, I don't see what's wrong with that. The Subway sandwich. It was like, oh, so you got assaulted and picked up your Subway sandwich? Yes. I got Italian urban cheese bread. Like, duh, I'm supposed to leave it on the sidewalk? No. This sandwich is the whole reason I left the house. If I was starving when I left the house, I'm going to be starving after I get beat up. Like, yes, I picked up my sandwich. When you think about it, this sandwich is the reason I got assaulted. And I'm going to leave it on the sidewalk? No. Everybody thought that was really weird, and I was like, I would pick up the sandwich. Maybe it's a big bag thing, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the sandwich up. The other thing everybody was super pressed about was like, oh, it's a polar vortex. Why are you outside at this hour? Well, I mean, people from Chicago are used to cold weather. You saw the footage of the subway. Other people were in the subway. Like, what do you mean? If I'm hungry, I'm going to go get some food. People are like, oh, why did he DoorDash? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, DoorDash takes a minimum of 30 minutes. When I can just walk outside, get my food, and walk back in 30 minutes. Like, y'all are doing far too much. And he initially went to the Walgreens. I too thought Walgreens was open 24 hours everywhere. Apparently not. So then he ended up at the subway. Y'all are doing far too much over these things. Like, oh, why would, and what would, like... So I wasn't really tripping about the why he picked up the sandwich and why was he out so late. Because that seemed perfectly normal to me. Now, where things went to the left a little bit for me with Jussie's story. Refusing to hand over his phone to the police. Sir. He says he didn't want to give it to them because he didn't want everybody to find out that he was on drugs. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I assume that everybody in Hollywood is on drugs. I would be more surprised to find out that you weren't on drugs. Honestly. I think that's what everybody thinks. Like, oh, famous actor? Yeah, he's on drugs. So, I don't know how you were like, oh, I don't want people to find out on drugs, but do you want people to think that you staged your own hate crime? Like, we're going to have to pick one, and I'm going to go with the drugs. Jussie, I'm confused about that. Like, you were the victim of a hate crime and you're not cooperating with police because you worried about people finding out you're on drugs? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not understanding why you would do that. I would much rather people find out that I was sniffing lines of coke than to think I staged a hate crime to become some, I don't know, hero of the LGBTQIA. No. I'll take drugs for 100, Alex. I mean, a lot of people do drugs, and they still have careers. They're white, but, you know. There's a lot of people that do drugs, and, like, I would just never pick letting people think I staged my hate crime over letting people find out I do drugs. That's just not an option. Doesn't make sense at all. The other thing of Jussie's story that I'm just finding it difficult to wrap my head around is the whole Noose situation. I don't know any black people that would leave a noose on, put a noose back on, do anything involving a noose for any reason. So his claim is he went up to the apartment, saw the noose, took it off, waited 35 minutes for the police to show up, and then when police came, he put the noose back on for dramatic effect. Why would you ever put a noose back on? No, it doesn't make sense. No sense at all. Like, why? No, I don't know anybody that would put a noose back around their neck because the police have arrived. Like, I don't get that at all, Jussie. Like, all you had to say was this was around my neck. You didn't have to put it back on. It was just really strange. And, like, his justification was, oh, I didn't just walk around with it on. I put it back when the police got there. And it's like, why would you do that? It just doesn't make sense. Like, if a noose is ever around my neck, I would never put it back on. Ever. I don't care who's showing up. And, like, what do the police showing up have to do with you putting the noose back on your neck? Just say, this was around my neck. It just doesn't. And he really didn't. He just said, oh, I just put it back on when the police got there. Which, no. That don't make sense. I don't know anybody that would do that. Why would you do that? Makes absolutely no sense. Sorry about it. So those are the two questionable spots in his story for me, personally. It doesn't outweigh all the foolishness going on with the brothers and the police, in my opinion. And the last thing they showed was this video of the alleged suspects in color. And they were showing it to people and they were like, oh, that's a black guy. Oh, that's a white guy. To me, it looked like two black guys, but it didn't look like them two questionable brothers. If everybody had all of this information, I highly doubt he would have been convicted of this in the first place. But the documentary pointed out that this was around the time where the police shot that unarmed boy in the back who they said was charging them, and they needed a win, essentially. And this was going to be their win. Another fail for the police. Jussie's conviction was overturned in November of 24. They kept that extremely quiet because I heard nothing about it. But yeah, it's just the amount of evidence that nobody knew. There were 2 witnesses that I never heard of before the documentary that said they saw 2 white men running from the scene. So between the witnesses they never talked about, the 10 seconds of footage they deleted and refused to provide, the many lies we know the police tell on a daily basis, and the weirdo brothers, like... So ultimately I'm feeling like he didn't do it. It was a scheme that Todd set up, from the looks of things. And I do hope his career recovers and he can get back to acting and the things. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Did he do it? Did he not do it? Did he not care? Tell me what you think. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a pretty good watch. Now, for the first part of it, you're going to be like, oh, he definitely did this. But then they kind of round it out at the end there. Alright, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will never miss anything coming from the channel. And give this video a thumbs up. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.